Hey, it's Gavin from Rhino Sawmills. I want to run through quickly on the Rhino Sawmills how to set your blade guard rollers. There's a couple fundamental points that you need to get right, and in order to get this right, there's some simple steps to follow. And once you get this right, your machine cuts very, very, very true and very fast. Okay, so let's run through it. And if you have any questions, please reach out to us. We're happy to answer any questions that you might have. But these are fundamental parts, and I always say these little blade guard rollers here are like wheel alignment in your car. So if your wheel alignment is pulling to the left, it pulls the car to the left. It's the same with these blade guard rollers. They are guiding the bandsaw blade in the cut. So if they're going too far down or too far up, it'll make the blade cut in waves. So you want to set them straight, like your wheel alignment in your car. You set it straight. And you can take your hands on the steering wheel of your car, and the car drives straight. And it's a lot easier to drive a car then, a lot less wear and tear. Okay. So first of all, what we're going to do, let's tension the blade. So Etienne, if you come have a look here on the Rhino Sawmills, we basically tension it until this stops. Like that. Easy as that. Tension your blade first, that your blade is the right tension, okay? This is a preset size, 58 millimeters compression of the spring. Then we come right to the front of the machine, okay? So because we have blade guard, the blade guard rollers, and we got B57 belts, it's a different setup to running a wide bandsaw blade machine, because as the blade runs on this belt, it compresses the B57 belt, and where the wear and tear makes this belt go narrower or thinner. So by setting the deflection on the blade, what we're trying to do, we're taking these two blade guard rollers, you take all the tension, the deflection off the blade, okay? And the idea is you push the blade down 5 millimeters, okay, on this side and this side, okay. It's a very important point, because then you get an even reference point on the blade. If this wears at a different speed to this is what gives you an even cut, okay. Once you've done that and you deflected the blade down, and that's a very simple thing, 2 17 spanners, okay, you basically adjust this bolt here to push this blade guard roller down or up as you need, okay. There's a nut at the bottom, and there's a bolt with a lock nut, okay. So you simply push the blade down, deflect it down 5 millimeters, and your blade is set to the right height, okay. Next step, what we do, we get this tool. Now, this is called a blade guard alignment tool, okay? It's a very clever design, and what is nice about it is that it's got this cutout here. So when you're putting it on the teeth, you want to put it so the middle of that is over one of the teeth, okay? What happens is when you set the blade, remember when we set the blade, you're pushing the blade left, right, straight, left, right, straight. And you don't want to have the blade that's setting, if I put it on there and that's pushing the tooth, it'll make this measurement wrong. So I want that to be exactly in the middle of the blade. So I'm talking about straight lines the whole time. Nothing of these teeth is affecting the straightness of this blade. Okay. What I do then, it's a very simple setup. We're at the back of the machine, so I'll move this more forward. So we move the head of the machine forward, okay? Now, there doesn't need to be a specific height of the machine, or the head of the machine must be a certain height. We are taking measurements from the same point on the bed to give you a measurement to see that these blade guard rollers are true. So I'm going to move this back so I can get the tape measure. Now what we are trying to achieve is, now we've deflected the bandsaw blade to push it down 5 millimeters, And now we've got these blade guard rollers, which we need to make sure they are 100% level, okay? Otherwise, we're going to get wavy cuts, okay? So, easiest way to do it is you get your tape measure, and you measure it from any point again, okay? And you measure to the tip of this bandsaw blade. And you can adjust the head of the machine to a different height to make it easier for you, okay? Now that's at 19 centimeters, 190 millimeters, okay? Now I must stress the importance, this needs to be accurate, okay? So if we got 190 millimeters here, and the back one we're going to measure, that measures 191, then the blade is sitting like this. 1 millimeter makes a big difference. It needs to be 190, 190. And again, I say, it doesn't need to be this height. You can set it at whatever height you want. All I'm wanting is the measurement from this tip here. And then what I do, I move the head forward. Okay? And from the back point of that ruler, I measure from this point down to the bed. Okay? And that must be 190 millimeters as well. Once I've done the left-hand side, okay, I bring the blade, I just pull the blade by hand through the machine, and then I check this side, because I've done that blade guard roller, and I've got that 100% level. Now I want to check this blade guard roller, okay? So again, I measure from the front down. It must be 190 millimeters because you want a level playing field. So I measure from the front, bring the machine back, measure from there over that bed. Let me move it forward so you get a proper visual. Move it all the way forward, and you measure from there down to the same point on the blade. So we've taken this blade guard alignment tool and we've measured front down to the bed base and back down to the bed base. And now we've seen that it's not 100% accurate. How do we adjust it so that we can get it 100%, where it's 190 on this point, when you move the head, it's 190 that point down to the same bed. These two bolts here, with their locking bolts, are the bolts that you adjust, okay? So if you look at it, if we take this off, if we are trying to get the blade, this is sitting like too much like that, it's an over-exaggerated view, we have to move it up. So we have to loosen the top and tighten the bottom to get the blade level, and vice versa. So if it's sitting like this, your blade guard roller, and it's 187 here and 192 there, you have to tilt it this way to get it. So you tighten the top bolt with two 17 spanners, and you loosen this bolt and you level it out. So front and back are 190 millimeters each. And you repeat the process on the other blade guard roller as well. Once you finish that, your blades are sitting level. So you deflected them down 5 millimeters, you've got them running straight. Your machine will cut beautifully. Okay. Give us a shout if you need any more information. This is a really critical part of the machine. And if you get this right, you can cut straight and you can cut fast.